After years of not eating, food sits angrily in my stomach. Nothing sits angrily, too. My boyfriend and I joke that my tagline is easy, sleazy, and queasy. This persistent nausea means that I often graze, nibbling at the heels of bread and munching sundry vegetables throughout the day. I say this to explain that in the last month I've learned how poor your reflexes can become 36 hours into a hangover, can become crippling when you can combine aging with drinks on a scantily filled belly. 3 or 4 days a week I run the Kaiva Ridgeline, and for the first time in years I fell on the trail where I trust my body most. Paps used to love running this trail too. He hasn't hiked up for years, hasn't run it for even more, but he tells me how he used to barrel down the dusty lava rock. Now, dripping sweat, I part the seas of hikers doing it for the gram and feel my sure steps signal my belonging to this place. The uninterrupted views of Coast and Ko'olau are spectacular, but that animal sensation of pounding out a staccato and knowing that the rhythm sings to this ground and will carry you home, that is why we love it. Before us, the fish gods Alala and Wailea patrolled the rocks and gave their names to the natural koa shrines on the northern and southern peaks. After then, Kaiva, the princess of Ka'ohau, became the ridge that encircles the Ahupua'a. In life, she was so beautiful that she enchanted both the warrior Kana and the overseer Ahiki. Kana kept Kahiki away from her, and he later became the third peak of Mount Olamana and tried to pull himself away from his brothers and closer to her. Generations later, the military built 2 pillboxes at the northern end of Kaiva hillside to look out for Japanese planes during World War II. The shrines and the pillboxes are still there. Kaiva is still beautiful. The early morning and the end of day light sits on her clear and sweet like honey. After years of not eating, my bones have honeycombed with osteopenia, but they are strong enough to keep pulling myself back to her.